Oh man,
What's up, man?
what's up? What's going on?
Can you give us an introduction? Your name, where you from, dude? So,
BUWOP is my videographer name, creator name. Um, yep. I do
so
a
let's
lot.
start there.
Yep.
Shot by BUWOP.
Mhm.
Big BUWOP. What inspired you to start into videography? Like, when did you start? When did you know that there was something you wanted to do? What's the earliest memory of, hey, I can put this on film?
Um, my earliest memory of when I wanted to do it, I was in college. I would say I was watching Famous Dex. Actually, no, I wasn't in college. I was in high school and I was watching Famous Dex, and there was this dude named Cole Bennett, who everybody knows now. He was doing these crazy videos for a guy named Famous Dex, and he was just doing the craziest stuff in the videos, like 2016. And I was like, dang, like I want to do some videos one day, but I never put an act to it until I turned like 19. And then I picked up the camera and I started taking pictures, and I was really good at taking pictures, but I was just so boring, and everybody just wanted free pictures. I didn't know how to monetize it, so then I switched over to videos.
So where did once you switched to video, like in the way that you started, when did you know you could do something with it outside of a hobby?
Once I had multiple people I know kind of have success with just someone I don't have success with music. I think I knew a producer that was kind of blowing up. I knew some athletes and stuff that were kind of like in my hometown. They were kind of like starting to blow up, and I just had an idea like, dang, I could do their videos and make some money on the back end, charge them with something, and make some money.
How did that go? Like, um, so by that time you had, practiced your craft.
Yep.
They had seen results of what you've done.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted to work with me. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people wanted to work with me. A lot of people still do.
And did that start in Louisville?
Yeah, picking up the camera and all that definitely started in Louisville. But actually, my first video, I said I shot in LA. I shot my first video actually at the University of Kentucky. So no, it wasn't in Louisville. It was in Lexington. But I was still living in Louisville, so.
Who was it for?
But for my friend named he not. Goodness gracious, lemon cake. But he not a rapper no more, y'all. But he had one rap song, man. It was alright. I ain't gonna hate on him. He might watch the interview. It was alright. But my second video, so this dude named Jetta, he not a rapper no more. He retired. Family man. That video was decent. I'm not gonna lie. The video was super decent.
So from that, how'd you get to LA?
Okay, so close friend. He had blew up with the music, and well, really.
Can you say his name?
Yeah, his name was 2K Baby.
Okay.
So I took a trip to LA, and he was looking for another videographer. And this is like, well, a lot of people that know me to watch this is after I got out of jail. I went to LA after I got out of jail, so a lot of people watching are just like still in shock. They're like, how did he go to jail and just end up in LA 3 months later? It's because I had a friend that blew up. And when I went out there and visited him, he was like, yo, I need a videographer. No, he said I need a videographer. You should try to start shooting videos. So I tried. I don't think we released no videos for the first few months. I was doing skits in LA. I was doing funny skits. A lot of people on my page, and I was doing funny skits on Instagram. And I don't know, I just wasting time and doing skits, and I eventually started doing videos for him, and one blew up called Some Days. It really blew up. And after that, I was staying in LA with him, with a couple of my friends, and I got to start being around crazy artists, developing relationships with a lot of big name people out here.
So when you say the video blew up, what are we talking about?
Well, on TikTok, the video was like, it's past 100 million views overall on TikTok for sure. But on YouTube, I think it's like at 3 million. and it was on World Star. It had a few million on World Star, but some reason they took it down. And man, when that blew up, I had people DMing me. Like I had Fat Boy SSE DM me. He's like, "You hard, bruh. You hard, bruh." He DM'd me that. He was like, "We gotta do a video." Man, there's so many people. Sean Kingston, he DM'd me. He was like, "Oh yeah, we gotta work." Sean Kingston ended up being pretty cool. He's like, "Bro, I'm gonna get you a video with Young Boy." So Sean Kingston watched this video. I have not forgot. You told me you was gonna give me a video with Young Boy.
You haven't heard about what Sean Kingston's locked up on $100,000 bond right now. Allegedly for defrauding multiple people for millions of dollars, him and his mom. So
For real?
you may not hear from him for a while. And he probably definitely won't see this interview for a while. But on a lighter note, from my perspective, I remember you sending me clips of videos like, don't post it or nothing, but this is what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. You know, move it around. I didn't understand, you know, like, because, you know, I'm Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm current, you know, I don't get into, you know, the new, and not that I don't get into it, I'm not aware of it.
Yep.
I'm not aware of it. So when you was like, hey, dude, I'm like, oh, okay, it's probably dope, but I just didn't know. And so I'm just happy, like, dude, you out there, like, you living life as a young person, shit. And, like, you doing something you love, that's dope, too. So when I start seeing the numbers, I'm like, I know this motherfucker, like, it's my guy. That's my guy, man, this is crazy. So it was really, and I was definitely proud as shit. So, and of course, during that time, nobody knew where you were. Well, I'm not going to say nobody knew where you were. We couldn't keep up with where you were. So it would be like, I'm in LA, I'm in Vegas, I'm in Atlanta. I mean, you know, and to old people, it's like, hey, boy, get a job, figure something out. Until you really think about it and be like, well, if you're going to do anything, especially move around and experience shit, it should be when you're young, not when you're old. So you're definitely doing the right thing. So, from LA, what transpires from there? The videos, all that good stuff.
Well, in LA, we ended up moving. We were in LA. We were around a bunch of people. Like we were around actors. We were around so many people. So just name people, like different people, or
we
just
can
like,
only imagine.
Only imagine.
So this is probably what we look at. You know, greater society, celebrities, blah blah blah. We know there are people behind, like say the rapper you work for or work with, rather. We see the video, we see, you know, interviews, but it takes a lot of other people to make sure that vision is exposed. You know, to make sure that vision gets out there. So amongst meeting all these people, the celebrities even, but the networking behind the scenes with the staff or the assistants, the producers, the other individuals that work with these talents, like how did that go? Like the networking aspect of it.
The networking aspect? Okay, so big networking aspect. I would say a big influence network-wise. I would say Jay Pusha, which his videos are called. His videographer name is Jay Pusha. It's not. I'm not gonna give the wrong person credits on his videos right now. And Lee Jumper. So those two people right there, big reason my videos are blowing up. And network-wise, studios, lots of network-wise, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, lots women. If you're good with women, your network will be good, because women.
And by good with women, what do you mean?
Like if you're respectful to women, like respectful, and like you got good relationships. Not everything's like sexual or whatever. Like it ain't gotta be like, because women can get places men can't. And they put in a good word for you. Hey man, all it takes, they put in a good word for you. You never know who you end up working with or who will want to work with you. Like, just stop being a good person. And
So, did you find any challenges being from, say, a place is not as well known, like you from Louisville?
Yep.
Experience, know what you're doing, but did you find any challenges when you get out there, or was it the fact that the people you were with, nobody was from out there, so you just kind of find your way? So did you find it? Was it to a detriment that you were not from there, or was it a benefit that you were not from there?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I had just got out of jail. I was so happy. I was like, man, I just got out of jail, and I was like, they were talking about some crazy years. I was so happy. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I can completely fail out here because LA's so nice, and I was like, it's so much room for opportunity out there. So it's like, even if I failed at what I was doing, if I decided to like just say forget it and just work, like I could have said forget it and worked at McDonald's out there. I was gonna be so happy, so I wasn't like necessarily scared, or wasn't really hard to maneuver out there, because I feel like everybody's attracted to something that's different. So me being from Kentucky, a lot of people just naturally dislike me because they never met nobody from Kentucky. They'd be like, where's Kentucky? Like, where's that at in the United States? They'll say the most crazy places like Kentucky. They'd be like, oh, that's by Arizona. No. Oh, that's by Seattle. No. Oh, that's by Oklahoma. No, it's not by none of those places. So everybody just was naturally attracted to me. And I'm funny, so I'm super, like, people tell me I'm funny, so, like, and I don't be trying to be. So people just like to work with me and stuff. And it wasn't too hard to, like.
So, and I know, I'm not gonna say you can't sit still, but you like to progress. Like, you have ideas, you want to move, you want to do things. How do you stay motivated and inspired? And it might just be, I wake up and I want to do some shit. But like, how do you stay motivated? If that's an issue, like you may not have that issue, you may not have a problem being motivated. But what motivates you on a rainy day where you feel like there's nothing to do?
I'll be like, oh, y'all want to know? I really tell myself. I really wake up on a rainy day, and if I'm laying down, I'm like, oh, if I don't do this, I'm a pussy. So I just get up. I just do it, and I start looking at the cars I want, and then I start doing math in my head. I'm like, oh, well, if I do this the rest of the day, and I do this times 365, I'm going to be doing exactly this. I'm not even going to make an inch of improvement throughout the whole year. So I just get up and just do what I got to do. And then my sisters, my sisters is, all my sisters are doing good. All my sisters, like, I might look like I'm doing good, but all my sisters are doing good. And then my cousin Jaden, he doing good. I'm like, hold on, you gotta keep up. You can't be the last one in line. Like, I don't want to be the last one in line. So constantly just trying to do something. So that's what I look at. I just look at like siblings and cousins around me. Not in comparison, but you gotta keep up.
As far as being where you from, we all from here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, when you come home, like, we went to the mall the other day and we had a discussion about what we saw and what was a bit strange.
Yep.
How does it affect you? Or does it affect you? Or is it fucking comedy?
Oh my gosh, people be so weird. Them folks, man, them folks. Woo! Y'all bother me. Y'all affect me. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all do affect me.
I mean, just coming back to the place that arrested and charged with a felony, the number one golfer on the planet Earth.
It's just when I look at that type stuff, that, like, in my head, I'd be like, oh my goodness, like not everybody here, but a lot of the like people here are just stuck in like the 1920s and stuff, like just so like far. You know what I understand? Like they're just back in the day. So when I come back here and I try to like say different ideas to people and they think I'm just bullshitting them or whatever, I just in my head I'm like, yo, like I'm serious. Like we can really do this. Like all you gotta do is put our minds to it. People don't necessarily like, I guess, get with the idea of like this is possible, and then like racism is everywhere, but in Kentucky, that shit's in your face. Like, that's in your face, like for real. So, I don't be here that much because of things, just stuff like that sometimes.
I've always said Kentucky isn't necessarily a place for a young person that hasn't traveled.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, with Jaden, I tried to show him something outside of, and made it the norm to see something outside of his neighborhood. Your mom, same thing. Like, going out of town, seeing different things wasn't, a reward. It was the norm.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you're an adult and it's something you want to do, there's no fear in moving around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then in addition to moving around, it's like, all right, since I'm out here, see what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's I'm super proud of you, dude.
People can't be scared to move out of their hometown.
No,
That's the biggest thing that'll hold you back, I think. Number one.
And guess what? No matter where you are on earth, everybody's doing the same thing. They're gonna do something during the week to get to the weekend to have some fun. Or what? It doesn't even matter if it's the weekend. They're doing something so they can get done with that task to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm. No matter where
Whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is, you're trying to get a task done so you can get your life going, like get the fun part going. I always tell people, whatever you do for a living, if finance is your real life. What you do for a living isn't your life, if finance is your real life. So when you're not worried about, paying your employees, it doesn't matter who you are. Once you're not worried about that, all that other shit, finance is your real life. And that's it. I always tell people the last thing I do in the day ain't gonna be no fucking work. I'm not working the last thing during the day. Like, I'm gonna do something after work to make my life worth it. Like, that's just what I get paid to do.
Yep.
I'm good at it. That's what I do. I get paid to do it. After that finance is what I really want to do. Whether it's a hobby, whether it's just bullshitting, laying back, whatever it is, that's it.
Yep.
So, moving forward, what do you got plans for?
Moving forward, I got a moving business, but I want to turn that into like a remodeling business, like one day. I want to be doing remodels and stuff, like modern homes. That's what I want to do for real. And also real life. If it was just perfect, I would just do so many remodels right now. If I could just do it like that, and I would get a bunch of it probably sounds crazy. I would get some cars I really like, and I'd probably start a YouTube channel. That's what I would do. I would get a GT53, a GTR, a Nissan GTR.
And this is what's crazy though. If you don't do it, somebody else is.
Somebody else is gonna do it before me.
Do it. When I was teaching, you would have kids. What do you want to do when you? And I'll never forget Kenny Burris. Man, I want to be a videographer, rapper, producer. I'm like, all right, so what do you need to know to be all of that? I need to know cameras. All right, cool. You probably need to study music, like what hits, what don't, all this shit. And other instructors, I think